So what do you see in a moment of experience? Let's try to report as much as you can as a sort of first step to this question. As we previously, in the last video, I reviewed a little bit of how we can characterize phenomenology. And here I'm going to use this example of an image, which is briefly presented. Okay, so when you see an image which is very briefly presented, then what can you experience, and what can you report on that? Okay, so I'm going to ask you to write down as many words as you can to describe your experience in the next slides. Okay, so stop the video right now and prepare the paper and pen with your side. And also, I want you to write down what do you at this moment, what do you expect you can report? Okay, I'm not gonna give you any hint, but just imagine that you are going to see an image, whatever it is, and if it's presented very shortly, then what you will be able to report. And at this moment, just write down your expectation. It's a experiential kind of prediction. Okay, and stop the video again to write down both of this expectation, and also prepare the paper and pen for the experiment. Okay, so pause for a moment. Okay, we are gonna start. Okay, so are you ready? 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So write down as many words as you can to describe what you saw. And if there was a problem in the video quality, then you might want to rewind it at this point. Okay. So I also want you to reflect at this point that what did you expect that you would be able to report before seeing this? If you're psychologist, or if you just have never thought about anything like this before, then you might thought that if it's really brief, then only global and coarse impressions, which is called gist, or maybe just in vague colors, impression of colors, or categories of objects like vehicle or outside or inside or something like that is only possible to say. And we can never report anything local or anything specific. Okay, this is one hypothesis, and it is actually also popular in psychology for several reasons. Okay, but exactly this kind of question is the one that we are addressing. We already are actually addressed in one of the honors project in Tao Code's honors project a couple of years ago, which is followed up by Chu-In-san in my lab. So they asked the subjects to, Tao asked the subjects to type 5 words on the internet after seeing each of these images very briefly. And then for each of the word, he also asked the confidence, which I'm going to explain towards the end of today's lecture. Okay, and then we analyze these data. So here the key is that everybody has to type in 5 words, and if you are not really sure, then just type in whatever, and then select this don't know button. So everybody has to report 5 words at least. And I already showed this, but exemplar response is upon seeing this particular picture that you saw, what people usually report? That's the question. And with 267 milliseconds, it's 1/3 of a second. It's very long compared to brief flash of the stuff. But it's roughly a moment of the experience with assuming that 3 movements of the eyes per second. And then you see a lots of a specific kind of words over there, and then 133 milliseconds we still see a lot of words, and then finally only 67 milliseconds. And each of them are, by the way, are masked, which I'm going to explain in the later part of this lecture. Okay. So just to summarize, what list of what people reported here. So here's the kind of the words that at least 2 people reported: Eiffel Tower, tower, park, Paris City, France, tour, tourist people, vacation landmark, tree, grass, lawn, outdoor, cloud, clear sky, beautiful, sunny. So because we didn't have any kind of restriction, there's a huge variety of the things that people reported. Okay, and then because we asked everybody to report at least 5 words, sometimes people just randomly, write the word, and that's resulted in this kind of one person reported words, such as bench, fence, photography, pavement, field, metal, grind, part, excite, spring, building, noise, distant, urban, and waterfall. Okay, and this is based on 30 people's response. Now let's look at the image once again. Now knowing that what you're going to see. Okay, and then also just introspect what you're going to see, and then does the expectation and knowledge affect on your experience? That's the question. And here you're supposed to look at the center of the screen, but you can also move your eyes at this point and then look at the scene by introspection. Okay, ready? So I present a little bit longer, but that's it. All right. So now there is a question of the asymmetry of what do you experience and what you can report. Probably what you reported is most likely a subset of this, what more than 2 people have reported. Many people probably reported like tower or Eiffel Tower or Paris or something like that, right? On the other hand, only 1 person reported kind of words. That's something that you probably didn't write down. Now the question is, for each of these things that you did not report on the paper, would you agree that you saw it? And then about this, the latter part, probably also you didn't write it, none of this, but you probably disagree with not seeing this, right? So what it means is that what you can experience is a lot more than what you probably reported on the paper. So that's an asymmetry between experience versus report, sometimes called overflow of experience over the report. And to quantify this kind of thing, rather vague impression, we propose a following kind of procedure. So for example, looking at the particular term, such as Eiffel Tower, right, reported by the subject number 1. To quantify the selectivity and also specificity of this word, we counted the number of the reported, occurrence of the Eiffel Tower from all other, subjects. And then we found that, many people actually reported Eiffel Tower on this image. And we also looked at what other people have reported for other, 400 images. And the 400 images are coming from many different kind of, internet image. So, it's not really, it may be representative for many, different kind of images, but we didn't constrain what the images are going to be. And it just happened to be the case, but none of the image contained Eiffel Tower. But it's also reasonably close to the actual probability of the seeing Eiffel Tower. But anyway, the important thing here is that the Eiffel Tower is only reported for this particular image and not other image. So that's highly selective. And also, that also quantifies the specificity as well. This is one possible way to quantify intersubjective agreement in reporting Eiffel Tower on this image. And we are writing this paper at the moment. So it's not something that you are going to be examined or not, but just to give you an idea that this is this type of quantification of the subjective experience is an ongoing kind of experimental issue, and we can design and also propose many different kind of ways to do that. And for just a detail, different participants, you may wonder that would probably report different words, and that's definitely true actually. But they report the words as most times it's very highly selective and specific. So this intersubjective agreement, which quantifies specificity and selectivity, is really high. The blackbird is this medium across many images and many words actually, regardless of the frequency that these words are reported. So for example, when 30 subjects, all of them report, then of course this intersubjective agreement becomes one automatically. But even for the words that are reported by only 3 people, that's most likely the case that that particular word is so specific and so local that not other people reported, but that kind of word was never used, almost never used for other image. That's what it shows. All right. So in sum, using the recent technology of online experiments that we used in this case, and also methods for characterizing our phenomenology are becoming diversified and sophisticated. I'm going to cover many different kind of ways to quantify characterize phenomenology over the courses. And drawing and AI assisted scoring is another thing. We do not need to confine ourselves with the traditional and limited methods of reports, such as button press or only verbal report or something like that. Okay. What we can report is also a subset of what we can experience. That's it.